Hey guys, I'm back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be focusing on Wario's combo potential in depth, along with various neat tricks and setups that he can do. This is meant to be a detailed guide, so I'll be covering basic and advanced things all together. So with that said, let's begin with his vertical combos, starting with up throw. This can combo into an up air from about 0 to 60%. Though for it to be a true combo, the window is pretty tight as the percent builds. It helps to try and aim to hit the opponent with the tip of Wario's clap. This ensures that you're throwing out the hitbox as soon as possible. I also find it helpful to remember not to double jump before 20% and start double jumping past 20%. Just to note, the up throw can be DI'd, but the range which the opponent can do so is small enough for you to easily react to. Now, on a battlefield stage, you can extend the up throw combo further if you manage to land a grab underneath the highest platform, between 30 to about 60%. After you land your up air, fast fall, then either up tilt into up air, or if they get knocked too high, just up air. Next, I want to talk about Wario's neutral air. This is a really useful move for his neutral game. It has an extremely long hitbox that pairs nicely with this incredible air momentum, which in turn can be used as an approach option, a decent out of shield move, and most importantly, a great combo starter. From about 0 to 20%, if you land a short hop neutral air, you can get 3 up airs, but the timing is a bit strict for it to be true. After the neutral air, do a short hop, then fast fall up air. For the second one, you want a short hop, but wait a split second, then up air, and fast fall it as well. Then finally into a full jump up air. Alternatively, if you have a lot of space on the stage after the neutral air, you can go for a short hop fast fall forward air into another neutral air, then fast fall up air into another up air. Both of these setups do about the same damage. Though don't try to combo the second hit at percents a bit higher, cause it'll likely miss and the opponent might be able to punish you. Now, falling neutral air has combo potential too. The first hit can combo into a grab from about 0 to 50%. Now, for a short duration of neutral air, between the first and the second hit, there are 2 very weak hitboxes on both of Wario's hands, which can be done by falling at the right time. For a visual cue, it's active when Wario is facing directly at you, though intentionally landing it is probably quite situational, but if you do, it can combo into a lot of things. From about 0 to 50%, you can go for the throw combo. Past that, go for an instant reverse back air, which will work up to about 130%. And of course, the follow-ups for the second hit of neutral air is pretty much the same as a short hop neutral air, but it's also good for comboing into a waft at higher percents, depending on how close to the blast zone you are. Speaking of waft, let's quickly go over some basics. Half waft takes exactly 52 seconds to charge up, though it's probably better to round it up to 1 minute so that you can easily keep track of it on the timer at any point in the match. And full waft takes 1 minute and 47 seconds. In general, the more things you eat, the more quickly it charges, but not all projectiles will charge waft faster. The items that do are Pac-Man's projectiles, Peach and Daisy's turnips, Diddy's peanuts and banana peel, Wario's bike, Wii Fit Trainer's soccer ball, Mega Man's metal blade, Rob's gyro, Villager's slab of wood, King K. Rool's crown, and Link's arrow. The arrow and the crown specifically only contribute to the waft timer when they're laying on the ground. Just to give you an idea of how it contributes to the waft timer, eating 1 item will speed up waft by 1.5 seconds, and eating 10 items will speed it up by 15 seconds. As for all the other projectiles, Wario will recover health from most of them. Here's a list of all the ones that do, along with the health that he'll recover. Pause the video if you want to take a closer look. Though using Chomp to gain from items is quite situational, since Wario suffers from a lot of lag afterwards, there's a high chance he'll get punished if the opponent is close by. Well, with that said, Waft is no doubt Wario's strongest move, but when exactly does Waft kill? To give you a general idea, a full waft on a lightweight character will kill at about 50% near the middle, and 30% near the edge. Against a medium weight, about 60% at the middle, and 40% at the edge, and a heavyweight, about 70 at the middle, and 50 at the edge. This is all with optimal DI considered. Here's a rank of all the characters' weights from heaviest to lightest. I added the medium column in just to divide the cast into 3 portions for easier visualization. This weight list comes from Kurogane's website. It's a really good resource for frame data and other details. I've left a link in my description if you want to check it out. So with all that explained, what are some good setups for Waft? Up tilt is among the best. It can start true comboing into Waft from as low as 20%. Past about 80%, you gotta go for the headbutt to kill. Even without a Waft, up tilt is an incredible combo starter. At low percents, go for a neutral air, followed into a fast fall up air, then another up air. A bit higher, you'll only get the 2 up airs. And past about 60%, only 1 up air. When you up tilt under a platform at a certain percent range, the opponent will be forced to tech, since they're still in tumble animation. In these situations, Wario actually has a setup using a fast fall neutral air that can cover every option. If they tech on spot, your neutral air will catch them, in which case you can combo into an instant reverse back air. And this also applies if they miss their tech. However, if they tech roll right, your neutral air will miss, but thanks to the short landing lag, you can immediately dash attack to punish. And of course, this applies for a tech roll left as well. Though more importantly, at what percent will the opponent be forced to tech? I'll go over the percentages for the current tournament legal stages. First, Battlefield. These are the approximate percents for a lightweight character, a medium weight, and a heavyweight. Next, Town and City, Pokémon Stadium 2, Smashville, Kalos Pokemon League, Lilac Cruise, Yoshi's Island, and finally Yoshi's Story. Now moving on to Wario's down air. This is definitely one of his laggier moves, but it does have combo potential if you fast fall it. Unfortunately, nothing is guaranteed, as it really depends on the angle and the part of the down air you hit them at. So let's say you get a good down air. Neutral air can connect at low percents, and up tilt is best at higher percents, though the most consistent follow-up I find is up B, since it comes out the fastest. On the other hand, if you get a bad down air, your opponent might be able to dodge or throw out a counter move in time. Now let's say you have a half waft charged up and they're in kill range. Down air can true combo into it. And the reason full waft won't connect is because the hitbox comes out 4 frames slower than a half waft. Now an interesting thing about down air is that the hitbox can reach quite a bit past the platform for a brief moment. This allows Wario to combo into a half waft if he manages to catch the opponent. Though by no means is this setup safe, cause if they do shield or attack at the right time, you'll be punished. It'd be mainly for situations where your opponent mistimes something or does something risky. With that said, these are all the characters that the down air will reach on the lower platforms on Battlefield. I tested this while the opponent was just in their standing animation, so if they're crouching or dashing, it may whiff. Alright, so for the last move in Wario's vertical combos, we have falling up air. This move has little landing lag and launches straight up, and as you've seen, making it a pretty incredible combo move. But it isn't easy to land on a grounded opponent, as the hitbox is quite narrow. Though if you do get it, you can follow up with up tilt combos. Platform stages will help a lot with extending the combo, and once your opponent reaches higher percents, you'll only get an up air. Due to the lack of landing lag on up air, it's the easiest move to combo into waft, which can be done between about 20 up to 130%. And against Olimar specifically, this is also the best move for removing Pikmins immediately. Well, that wraps up Wario's vertical combo game. Now let's get into his horizontal combos. First, let's talk about forward air. A falling forward air has the most combo potential. Between about 0 to 50%, you can follow up with up throw combos. Now specifically at about 50%, Wario will be able to launch the opponent into a low trajectory tumble, setting up for a potential jab lock situation. But instead of using jab to lock, it's better to do a short hop fast fall forward air and lock with the weak hit, which comes out in the later part of the move. The reason is because it can cover multiple options. If your opponent happens to tech, this will give you the opportunity to tech chase. The forward air lock can also be followed up with an up tilt, which will net you much more damage than a jab lock. The weak hit of forward air on its own is also quite powerful. At high percents, it's a kill confirm if you dash attack, and at lower percents, you can get a grab or a down tilt. Now speaking of down tilt, we can combo a dash attack out of it from 70% onwards. At higher percents, it becomes a very solid kill confirm as well. Keep in mind to hit C-stick forwards to do the dash attack rather than pressing A, so that it'll come out immediately. In the neutral, pivot cancelling can help with connecting down tilt into dash attack as well, due to the extra bit of forward slide that Wario gets. To do this, dash forwards until you enter run animation, hit back on the control stick, then one frame after, hit the C-stick down. This is assuming you have C-stick set to tilt. The timing is a bit strict, because if you hit the C-stick too late, you'll get a turnaround down tilt instead. A YouTuber by the name of Captain L made a pretty good video on this, which I'll link in the description. Alright, so that wraps up all of Wario's regular moves. Now I want to talk about his bike. When you jump off of it, there's still an active hitbox while it rolls forwards. Depending on when you jump off, you can either get 1 hit or 2 hits. By jumping off early, you'll get 1 hit, which you can then follow up with a fast fall forward air at about 20 to 60%. This will also likely launch them in a low tumble animation, in which case, will set you up for a lock or a tech chase situation. However, if you ride into your opponent, then jump off immediately after, it'll likely hit them twice, so long as you're not going full speed. Near 0%, you can close in for fast fall down air combos. A bit higher, go for a fast fall forward air into an instant reverse back air. Wario's aerial bike ride also has combo potential. Past about 50%, it can combo into a down air, forward air, or a waft, depending on their position afterwards. However, keep in mind that if the opponent DIs downwards preemptively, they can avoid being punished altogether. The bike itself can also be used for intercepting projectiles. While riding on the ground, these are all the projectiles that the bike can beat out. This is assuming the projectile was launched from the ground. So if the projectile is launched in midair, it could hit Wario. Though here's an interesting property while riding the bike. If the bike is destroyed without Wario getting hit, he won't be launched by the projectile's knockback. Rather, Wario will receive a fixed 7.2% damage and knockback every time his bike explodes, while he's riding it. The bike itself has about 20 HP, whether it's idle or being ridden. In terms of practicality, it can be potentially useful maybe in situations where your defensive options are limited. Besides combos, the bike has many uses as an item. If you've watched any of my old videos back in the day, you'll remember I made one about Wario bike tricks, and a lot of that still applies in Ultimate. But first, we need a quick way to separate Wario from his bike. The fastest way is to run off the ledge, and the moment you're in the air, bike towards the stage, then jump off. Alternatively, an easier method is to hop off the ledge and ride your bike towards the stage, then just jump off immediately. Or, if you're far away from the ledge after launching the opponent, you can just ride your bike in the air, then hop off. Though it's important to be aware that there's a 6-second cooldown between the bike disappearing and reappearing, which can be a problem if you get sent off stage during the cooldown. With that said, similar to Smash 4, when you full waft on your bike, you can significantly extend the duration of its hitbox. This is very useful for edge guarding if you set the bike near the edge. The hitbox of a full waft is deceptively large, and by wafting on your bike, you can extend the hitbox long enough to catch a lot of characters' recovery moves before they can even reach the ledge. Full waft does have invincibility frames on startup, which will also help Wario tank through any attack that may hit him during the setup. You can also catch an air dodge recovery, since they're vulnerable for a brief time before grabbing the ledge. However, if they've already grabbed the ledge and you didn't have time to waft, it's not the end of the setup. Because the extended waft can also cover almost every getup option. That includes neutral getup, ledge jump, getup attack, ledge drop, and no action. The only option it doesn't cover is a ledge roll. But after they grab the ledge, make sure you wait about a second for the ledge invincibility to wear off, before wafting. If you waft too soon after they grab the ledge, it'll whiff. While we're on the topic of edge guarding, It's useful to know which one of Wario's grounded moves can punish an opponent who's hung on the ledge for too long. These situations could happen if you've managed to, for example, successfully read your opponent's get-up option multiple times in a row, in which case they may try stalling on the ledge for a bit before choosing a get-up option. So here are all the moves that will connect, and the characters it will work on, from least to most. Down tilt comes out the fastest, but the punish is very small. Dash attack only works on 20 characters, but it's good because you don't have to be standing near the ledge, though it's important to note that only the initial part of the move will connect. Up tilt on the other hand only works on 13 characters, and you have to be right at the edge, but it can of course combo into something else if you do get it. Forward smash is quite an unexpected one, though it does reach a number of characters, and so does down smash, but both moves are very laggy and punishable. And forward tilt is the most reliable, as it works on the entire cast, but it must be angled down. Also, an interesting fact about an angled down forward tilt is that it reaches so far below the ledge that it can be a good move to punish the 2-frame ledge grab vulnerability. On top of that, the hurt box isn't on his hand during the move, making it quite safe. The challenge, however, is timing the hit, since the hitbox only stays out for a very short time. Alright, so that pretty much covers all of what Wario can do on his own. Now let's talk about what he can do with items he snatches from other characters. Because of the height of his short hop and low landing lag on a lot of moves, his item combo game is actually pretty amazing. In general, the lowest damaging turnips are the best for long combos because they deal quite a bit of damage, as well as hit stun, and at the same time have relatively low knockback even at higher percents. From a short hop forward throw, you can do a fast fall forward air, jump forwards, down throw fast fall neutral air, forward throw fast fall up air, then an up throw into an up air, or a waft if you have it. And of course, the less space you have, the shorter the combo can be. At higher percents, you can easily convert it into a kill by pressing Z to re-grab the item, dash up then forward throw into a dash attack, or an instant reverse back air. Besides turnips, other items that you can use to string long combos together are Rob's Gyro and King K. Rool's Crown. Of course, there are other items that you can use to combo as well, but the follow-up will obviously be shorter since the item will disappear after 1 or 2 throws. For some general tips on snatching items, doing an aerial is probably the safest. For items laying on the ground, you can press grab while jumping or an aerial, depending on the situation. If you want to quickly throw an item, attack cancel throw can be helpful. By cancelling dash attack or forward tilt, you can also instantly throw an item back. Well, that about wraps up this video. Hope you found it helpful. I do plan on making more in-depth guides like this one on other characters as well. And sorry it's taking me so long to upload. I am trying to free up my schedule more so I can spend more time working on videos. Also, before I go, I just want to say thank you to my Patreons for your support. Haynix, Hunter Stowell, Sylvian Bay, Bernard Smith, Silver, and many others. Thank you for your support and your patience. And with that said, I'll see you all next time.